Welcome. It's good to see you again. I'm Richard Fredrickson. We're here at Al's Steakhouse and with the city manager of the great city of Joliet, Jim Hock. How are you?
Good. How are you,
good
Richard?
To see you. Good
to see you too.
I just want to make a little bit of an announcement here now. Those of you who watch Channel 6 may be saying, well, wait a minute. We just saw interviews with Jim Hock a couple weeks ago. That was an old one that they kind of snuck in there for a filler. This is brand new. We're doing this in February so that you folks in February 2016 can get updated, okay? Just want to do that. And it's all being brought your way by the courtesy of Al's Steakhouse. I want to personally invite you to come on down here for lunch. What a great restaurant for lunch, whether it's just you and him or you and her, or it's a business get-together, or maybe you've got a whole group. Well, they've got rooms here that are perfectly set up for business meetings, for showers, bridal showers, for bar mitzvahs, you name it. They've got great accommodations, fantastic food, fabulous staff, and of course the experience is one of a kind here at Al's Steakhouse at Hamus and Jefferson in Joliet. All right? Very good. I'm going to start out right away with a topic that actually you guided me on, but it's in the newspapers, it's in everywhere. It's a horrible thing that took place in Flint, Michigan. And so who's out there testing, analyzing, evaluating, and watching out for us in terms of our water?
Well, we have in our water division a full-time chemist who every day is testing the water at from every one of the wells that we have here in the city. And it also pre-treatment and post-treatment. So what you're drinking every day gets tested to make sure it's meets all of the EPA standards, and we're not jeopardizing our residents' health like they did in Flint.
Wow. We're not drawing anything out of the Des Plaines River, right?
No, we're not.
Okay, all right. That's good to hear. So you heard it here, and I'm sure that there'll be other folks asking you that question as well. Sure. This time goes by so quickly, so I'm going to kind of rapid fire some of these questions. One of my favorite places in all of Joliet, and we had the opportunity and the privilege for years emceeing some of those concerts for Billy Liemacher. What's the update on bike park operations? We hear that maybe the township may take it over. Where are we at with that? And are you at all updated with their operations going from today on?
Well, I know that the township has hired contractors or had contractors go in, take a look at the physical condition of the buildings to make sure, because what they want to do is not only take over the operations of the park, but actually, in essence, responsibility for all of the physical buildings on the property as well. So they want to know what they're getting into in terms of roof conditions and so forth for future capital investment. So they are ready to make a presentation on what they want to do at the first meeting in February. February 1st, Monday, February 1st, and this then will also go to the foundation board to get their input as well. But this would be an actual plan from the township, and I think Dan Vera, the Joliet Township superintendent, will be there to answer any questions.
Okay. All right. Well, that is probably happening today as you're watching us. That's taking place probably tonight as you're watching us talk here this morning at Al's Steakhouse. Beautiful place, by the way, great potential. I know that the mayor would like to see more events. One of the events that I would love to see come back, I don't know how, maybe it's going to be next year or so, but before your time, Jim, we had some great waterway days down there where we had these boaters coming up from harbors south of town, and a few Chicago folks would come down, and some great times, music in the theater, the outdoor theater, and the boats coming in. And I don't know if that's something that's in the plans or just in polite conversation.
Well, I know that we've been in discussion already with the foundation because in recent years, they're the ones that are funding the actual events. And historically, the city has charged for the police and emergency overtime for those events, and I told them I would waive the costs if they would add some additional events and pull the money from that expense and spend it over on some events. So I think they're planning on adding a few, let's call them new old events, maybe like Waterway Days in this summer.
Good. I know that they have a community theater group whose name I apologize, I can't remember, but I've seen a couple of the plays, and they really are. I saw The Odd Couple there, and it was really good. It really was, and it was not a packed house, however. And you need to support our local theaters and our local venues, because we have a lot of talented people here in Joliet and Will County. Let's go. Oh, this is a good one, because I go back to when this thing was, there was a tavern or a bar, I can't think of the name of it right now, in the train station, and now you're being approached. Let me do this. Let me go back a little bit.
It's called the Blue Bar.
The Blue Bar, that's right. Now,
because their sign is still in there.
That's right. And these guys were, I don't know, they invented or created some kind of barbecue sauce, and that's where the money came from originally, I guess, to buy the place. The multimodal train, where are we at with that? Are we going to start back to work on that?
Yes. IDOT had put the project on hold initially because the bids for construction of the train station and the platform came in much higher than they expected. And their concern is that they only have $30 million for the entire project, which includes a bus station for Pace and a turnaround and docking for, a dozen buses as well. And so they were sitting and waiting, and we kept saying, we reached out to Pace and had a meeting where Pace said, we can wait on our train station. They have $1.7 million that they were contributing in their 2016 budget, and they said as long as we can spend that $1.7 million someplace else this year, we can wait a year and see what other funding gets freed up at the state level if they ever adopt a budget. So IDOT is going to award the bid to the contractor for construction of the train station and the platform.
But not the bus depot.
We haven't even gone to bids on the bus.
So those buses would be where they're at now?
Yes, yeah. Which is they're around downtown. Sometimes they're around the Rialto, most of the time on Jefferson. But the goal ultimately is to be right across the street from where their garages are there. So.
Okay. All right. And incidentally, much of what we're going to be talking about here, because they've got a great website, and we're going to put that website up on right now, if you would. What's the website? It's a real tough one, right?
Yeah. www.jolietcity.org.
There you go. JolietCity.org. Make sure you've got that one, by the way. JolietCity.org. And you get a lot of this information. And throughout the year, it's a good place to check in. And you also, on that website, you'll also get the meeting dates and times. And we need to have more people. You see crowds of people at the City Hall when there's something controversial coming up. You might see 5 people in there if there's nothing controversial. You're talking to the Channel 6 audience, really.
That's true.
And so experience for yourself. Get down to a city council meeting, and I think you'll be well rewarded. The Evergreen Terrace always seems to be one of the questions that people are always asking. Years ago, 25 years ago, and today it's the same. Where are we at with Evergreen Terrace, and where are we going with Evergreen Terrace?
Okay. Well, where we are right now is January 11th. The Court of Appeals had their hearing on the owner's appeal of whether or not the city could condemn the property, and also if we can, what the value of the property was, the $15 million, $77,000 value that the court put on the property. So we're anticipating a decision in the coming weeks. In the meantime, we're negotiating with Holston Management Group to